The New Jerusalem Church was built in 1718 by the Royal Danish missionary Bartholomaeus Ziegenbalg in the coastal town of Tranquebar, India, which was at the time a Danish India colony. The church is located on King Street, and church services are conducted every Sunday. The church, along with other buildings of the Tranquebar Mission, was damaged during the tsunami of 2004, and were renovated at a cost of 7 million Indian rupees, and re-consecrated in 2006. History. In 1620, the village of Tranquebar was acquired for the Danish crown by the Danish admiral Overged, by signing an agreement with the Raghunath the Nayak of the Tanjore Kingdom on behalf of the King of Denmark. Jerusalem Church, Tranquebar. In 1707, Bartholomaeus Ziegenbalg helped establish the Jerusalem Church at Tranquebar for the Lutheran congregation, as the existing Zion Church was reluctant to accept native worshippers. The Tamil converts also did not want to worship in the European Zion Church, as they had negative opinions about the lifestyle and morals. Starting from the 1st of October 1706, Ziegenbalg organized the Tamil congregation at his house on Sundays, which was used as a school on other days. The services were held in Tamil and Portuguese, which was the lingua franca at the time. Governor Hassius donated 20,000 bricks towards the cause of raising the new church at Tranquebar, and also allotted land at the Solinga quarter of the colony. The foundation for the Jerusalem Church was laid on the 14th of June 1707. The church was named as Jerusalem Church, after the Frank foundations in Halle, which was considered as the New Jerusalem. The registers of the church commenced on the 12th of May 1707, and indicate most of the congregation were servants of Europeans, former converts from Roman Catholicism, many children and women. In general, the congregation represented the lowest of Tamil society at the time. Gradually, the congregation increased, and within a year of consecration a need for a larger church was realized. Tsunami struck Tranquebar on the 27th of November 1715, destroying the city walls and many buildings. Even though the Jerusalem Church was undamaged, the fact that it was close to the sea made it vulnerable. Hence, there was an urgent need to raise another church in Tranquebar. New Jerusalem Church, Tranquebar. Within a year, the 1707 Jerusalem Church was filled to capacity, with many people being forced to stand near the windows and doors of the church, for the lack of space. Appeal for funds were made to Johann Georg von Holstein, the Privy Councillor to King Frederick IV in October 1713, and the Society for Promoting Christian Knowledge, London. The widow of Commissioner Heinrich Bonsack sold her house and garden, which was on the right side of the missionary's garden, to the Tranquebar Mission. Further, after the return of Ziegenbalg from Europe, Governor C.B. Lundegaard sold the empty land between the houses of the missionaries for $100 royal. Now, the mission had a large land for building the church. On the 9th of February 1717, Governor Christian Brun laid the foundations of the New Jerusalem Church, Tranquebar. A copper-plate Danish inscription to this effect was placed. Further, the governor also gave duty-free status for the materials used for building the church, and also appointed 2 master artisans to oversee the work. The New Jerusalem Church was consecrated on the 11th of October 1718, the birthday of King Frederick IV. 2 Danish pastors, Jonas Schmidt and Jacob Clementin, took part in the consecration services. The sermons during the consecration were preached in Tamil and Portuguese. Bartholomaeus Ziegenbalg. Bartholomaeus Ziegenbalg was the first Protestant missionary to land in India, sent as a royal missionary by King Frederick IV. For the Kingdom of Denmark. Ziegenbalg landed at Tranquebar, then part of Danish India Colony of the Danish East India Company, on the 9th of July 1707. Ziegenbalg attended the local school, sat amongst the village children and learned Tamil. He set up a Tamil seminary in 1707, and preached Christianity to the villages. In 1711, he was able to convince the Martin Luther University at Halle to start scholarly study into the Tamil language. In 1715, he translated the Bible into Tamil and helped set up India's first printing press at Tranquebar, with Tamil being the first Indian language to be printed. Ziegenbalg championed the cause of women's education and for abolition of caste system, and gained the respect of the local people. Ziegenbalg established the very first school for girls in India at Tranquebar in 1707. In 1713, in a letter written to Johann Georg von Holstein, the Privy Councillor to King Frederick IV, Ziegenbalg mentions 47 students in the Tamil school, 20 pupils in the Portuguese school and 15 pupils in the Danish school, with the students of the Tamil and Portuguese schools being provided free tuitions, boarding, lodging and food. Between 1717 to 1718, he helped establish the New Jerusalem Church at Tranquebar for the use of the native people, conducting services in Tamil. Ziegenbalg died on the 23rd of February 1719, aged 37, and is buried in the New Jerusalem Church. Church records. The church records of the New Jerusalem Church, Tranquebar, from the period 1707 to 1888 are preserved at the Danish National Archives in Copenhagen. The records are initially in German, then in English during the British period. Architecture. The New Jerusalem Church at Tranquebar is built in the Danish architecture style, incorporating few Indian elements in the design. The church carries the royal monogram of Frederick IV of Denmark, with the year of consecration 1718 written below the monogram. The church is built in the shape of a cross, with teakwood from the Jaffna Dutch Salon. The glass windows were worked on by artisans from Nagapattinam. The stones used in construction were quarried from the Verenigde Oostindische Compagnie colony of Sadras, 70 kilometers south of Madras, and shipped by boats to Tranquebar. The windows are divided into two, the lower part made of wood and the upper part having glass. The roof of the church was strengthened using lime and mortar. The church had a pulpit and baptism font. However, due to lack of funds, the church did not have a church bell, organ, altar table or chandeliers. The baptism font has a pictorial motif by Pastor Jonas Smith depicting a Brahmin bathing in a river, emerging clean thereafter. The altar of the church is facing east, just like in Hindu temples, where the holiest place was in the east. The building has been studied by many Danish architects, and is found to incorporate both European and Indian features. Memorial stones. The church has many memorial stones within and outside the church building. There are inscriptions in English for Rt. Rev. Dr. Johannes Sandegren, 3rd Bishop of Tranquebar, Rev. J.M. N. Schwartz, A.M. Root, and Carl Christian V. Gotting Lt. Col in the Danish Army. There are also inscriptions in Tamil, German and Danish. Re-consecration. The New Jerusalem Church at Tranquebar was re-consecrated by Rt. Rev. Margot Kasman, Bishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Hanover, Germany, on the 9th of July 2006. On the eve of the 300th anniversary of landing of Bartholomaeus Ziegenbalg on the 9th of July 1706, and establishment of the Tranquebar Mission. The event was organized organized by the Tamil Evangelical Lutheran Church, with many international delegates from USA, France, Germany, Denmark, Netherlands, etc. in attendance. The function was presided by RT. Rev. T. Araldos, Bishop of TELC, with RT. Rev. Mark Hansen, President, Lutheran World Federation, giving thanks. The re-consecration was attended by nearly 10,000 people. To mark the occasion, an Printing Technology Institute was inaugurated at the same place where Ziegenbalg started the first Tamil printing press. A souvenir detailing the services rendered by Ziegenbalg was also released. The local villages of Tranquebar made a request for a memorial to be for Ziegenbalg on this occasion. India Post also released a special stamp to mark the occasion, with a portrait of Ziegenbalg and the New Jerusalem Church in the background. The stamp was released in Madras on the 10th of December 2006 by the then Union Minister Diana de Moran. Dateline: 1706 July 9. Bartholomaeus Ziegenbalg and Heinrich Pluchow arrive at Tranquebar. 1707 June 14. Cornerstone for First Lutheran Mission, Jerusalem Church laid. 1707 August 14. Jerusalem Church consecrated. 1707 September 5. First Tamil person baptized. First Tamil schools started for natives. 1716 October 23. First seminary started by Ziegenbalg. 1717 February 9. Foundation laid for the New Jerusalem Church. 1718 October 11 New Jerusalem Church consecrated. 1719 February 23 Bartholomaeus Ziegenbalg dies aged 37, buried at the New Jerusalem Church. 1720 March 19 J. Grundler dies, buried at the New Jerusalem Church. 1733 December 28 Rev. Aaron, the first Tamil pastor, is ordained. 1921 March 8 RT. Rev. Dr. Ernst Human ordained as first Bishop of Tranquebar. 1928 February 12 RT. Rev. Dr. David Bexel ordained as second Bishop of Tranquebar. 1934 February 14 RT. Rev. Dr. Johannes Sandegren ordained as third Bishop of Tranquebar. 1956 February 14 RT. Rev. Dr. Rajabhushnam Manikam ordained as fourth Bishop of Tranquebar. 1967 January 14 RT. Rev. Dr. A. Carl Gustav Deal ordained as fifth Bishop of Tranquebar. 1972 January 14 RT. Rev. John Sachin Adan ordained as sixth Bishop of Tranquebar. 1975 January 14 RT. Rev. Lazarus Easterraj ordained as seventh Bishop of Tranquebar. 1978 January 14 RT. Rev. Dr. J. Seelan Jacob ordained as eighth Bishop of Tranquebar. 1993 January 14 RT. Rev. Dr. Jubilee Nana Byron M. Johnson ordained as ninth Bishop of Tranquebar. 1999 January 14 RT. Rev. Dr. Thavidu Araldos ordained as 10th Bishop of Tranquebar. 2006 July 8 Re-consecration of the renovated New Jerusalem Church by RT. Rev. Margot Cuthman. 2006 July 9 Celebration of 300 years of the Tranquebar Mission. Gallery.